Oh, hello. Recently it has come to my attention that the Tolarian Community College YouTube channel has reached 200,000 subscribers. This is indeed a momentous event, and I would like to thank— Ow! My foot! I dropped my mug on my foot. That wasn't scripted at all. Tolarian Community College coffee mugs for sale in the student store. www.tolariancommunitycollege.com. I had another skit planned, but my foot hurts. It's the 200,000K Q&A. Your questions, my answers. Let's go. Do you recall your first game of MTG and what excited you the most? I do remember one of my first games of Magic. I had probably played before then, but this was my first game where I had my own deck, and it's one where I put a whole bunch, far more than 4 lightning bolts and giant growths into a deck. And I just said, all right, attack with my war mammoth with trample and giant growth, 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 something like that. It took a lot of convincing from the other kids on the playground that I could only have 4 of any one card in my deck. I thought they were lying because I was just so good at the game. How do you take your coffee and when? I take my coffee black. Black as midnight on a moonless night. I drink about, I'd say half a pot if I'm doing drip in the morning, or maybe 6 to 8 espresso shots over the course of a morning if I'm on espresso. Drink a lot of coffee. I love it, but I don't like anything else in it because then I can't taste the coffee. So drip, yes. Espresso, yes. Lots, yes. Morning, yes. And black. If you could make any MTG accessory, what would it be? If the question is, what accessory do I wish I could make, that would be card sleeves. Excellent quality card sleeves, because I think that out of all the products available for Magic the Gathering, card sleeves still have not really found a solid A product. We had that for a while with the Hypermats, as everyone is already well aware. They got sold and quality got dropped, and so we're back to Dragon Shields, and I've got another sleeve to show you very soon in a review that should be up next week that might be taking the place of KMC Hypermats, but there's no real A+ sleeve, even with those few high quality ones. I don't know why that is. I don't know that I could offer that, but in this dream world where I could magically create the perfect MTG accessory, it would be, yeah, let's get some excellent sleeves. Nutritional requirements aside, if you could eat only one meal for the rest of your life, what meal would it be and why? This is a really tough one. What do you mean just one meal for the rest of my life? Do you mean 3 times a day, every day? Do you mean just once a day? Do you mean that I can still have snacks? Because any meal I'm going to get sick of all of the things offered. A banquet. I would want a giant, huge banquet with lots of different foods and varieties of foods available. Otherwise, even the greatest food, even my most favorite food, you're going to get sick of really quick 3 times a day, every day, for the rest of your life. If you could get one card and only one card off the reserve list, what would it be? Can I cheat and say all 10 of the original dual lands? Those are the ones that need to come off the reserve list so that they can be reprinted for Legacy and yes, even for Modern, for all formats. We just need regular, penalty-free dual lands, the end. That's what I'd take off the reserve list. If you could take any card off the Commander ban list, what card would it be and why? Would it shock you if I said that I think that the Commander ban list is perfect and no cards need to come off? Well, it is. If you could ban any one card in Magic, what card would it be? No joke, I'd like to ban all 10 of the fetch lands. There shouldn't be fetch lands in Magic the Gathering. They are one of the worst things for this game. Ban it in all formats. If you were a Magic the Gathering card, what would your flavor text be? Long-winded, but well enunciated. What's your favorite Pokemon? So this is really 2 questions because it's what's your favorite Pokemon and what's your favorite starter, because those are different things. Favorite Pokemon is Muck. Favorite starter, Chikorita. What is the total number of paper cuts and or other injuries you have gotten from reviewing Magic the Gathering products, and which one was the worst? I don't know that I've really gotten many paper cuts from reviewing Magic cards, but I certainly have hurt my fingers from some of the more strenuous stress tests over the years. Seriously, they really can do a number on my pointer fingers, and I'm gonna be honest with you, dropping that coffee cup on my foot just now really hurt. I'm not joking. I did not intend to drop that. It cracked on my foot. It's throbbing. Hi, Prof. I'm going to be a prof in the fall. How can I help improve relations between adjunct and tenured faculty members? Whether you are tenured or whether you are adjunct, remember that the granting of benefits to the other does not diminish the benefits that you receive. In other words, you are all on the same team. Try and understand that benefits are needed for tenured faculty. Try, if you are tenured, to understand that benefits are needed for adjunct faculty. In fact, if you have power, especially those of you who are full-time, try and use it to help your adjunct faculty members. The college suffers if the people teaching the classes suffer. We're all in the same boat. A very common tactic, not just in academia, but in most workplaces and most social structures, is to take groups such as ours and try and pit them against each other. Highly effective. Don't let them do that. Don't turn against tenure if you're adjunct. Don't turn against adjunct if you're tenure. Fight for each other. Stand up for each other. Respect each other. Also in life with just other people and stuff. Who is the biggest inspiration to get you to make YouTube videos online? As far as other YouTubers are concerned, probably the biggest inspiration were my heroes over at Loading Ready Run. They were absolutely someone that I respected and admired and whose content I consumed rabidly over the years, and I always wished that I could contribute in my own way. One of the things that kept me from making my YouTube channel was that I felt very strongly I needed my own way. I didn't want to look at something that someone else was doing and just try and do a version of it myself. I wanted to know that I had something to offer, something coming from me, a unique voice, a unique perspective, and it took, well, Magic the Gathering card sleeves to give me that perspective and that voice. What's the longest you've ever grown your hair out to? I'm pretty close to it now. It's been a while since my last haircut. I'd say I've gotten it down to about, here. Probably in high school was the longest, where I really let it grow for several years without a haircut. It takes a while to get it down this far. I didn't like it at that length. This length normally I don't like it at, and I like to bring it up to about just below the ear. But it's looking kind of good right now, I think. Or you tell me, do you think I should get a haircut? And if so, up to where? Buzz it off? Do you think that the last round of In Response should be trial by combat? No, please no. Josh Lee Kwai is ripped. He would make short work of me. I'd rather leave it up to a battle of wits. That way I win all the time against Josh. What are some good books to read? My all-time favorite, of course, is Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler, but I also recommend The Doomsday Book by Connie Willis, The Adventures of Cavalier and Clay, The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay by Michael Chabon, also books like John Henry Days by Colson Whitehead, Interpreter of Maladies by Jhumpa Lahiri, Drinking Coffee Elsewhere by ZZ Packer. The list goes on and on, but definitely those are some of my favorites. What's your favorite TV show? Favorite is so hard to do. Favorite is just so hard to do. For the longest time, it was Mystery Science Theater 3000, and I'm gonna just stick with it out of nostalgia and loyalty. But there are so many amazing television shows that I love. But yeah, I'm gonna say MST3K. What is your favorite Magic the Gathering set? Revised edition. What is the best Magic the Gathering set? Original Innistrad. What is your favorite card from the set Legends? Come on, it's gotta be Nicol Bolas. He's an elder dragon reading a book, and he's sitting in a chair, and it looks like he's got like a little blankie over his legs. What's wrong with Wizards of the Coast's R&D? They're too small. As Magic grows and grows and more products are developed every year, more and more requirements are placed upon the game, R&D is a relatively small part of Wizards of the Coast. R&D is not stupid. They are some of the greatest minds in gaming, possibly the greatest minds in gaming. All other game developers play Magic the Gathering. Hands down, this game is amazing and it's made by brilliant people. But the department is simply too small. Let's hire some more and probably give those existing there a raise or something. Come on, they literally make the game and they're a minority of the employees there. Do you think marijuana should be legalized in all states? I've never in my life smoked marijuana. I've never once tried pot. It's just not something I do, probably because my father was a major pothead, and so I rebelled by never touching the stuff. But that being said, that's a personal choice. And looking at the situation logically and economically, yes, I absolutely think that marijuana should be legalized in all states. All evidence suggests that marijuana is far less harmful to individuals than alcohol. And alcohol is something that I drink and possibly struggle with trying not to overdrink, a struggle I probably often lose. I would much rather be addicted to marijuana than addicted to alcohol. The damaging effects are much more minimal. Also, from those states which have legalized marijuana, we are seeing confirmation at the extreme economic benefit there. It's win-win, and it's time to be legalized. No, I probably still won't try it. What's the biggest goal you have for your YouTube channel in the next few years? Well, I'd love to have more subscribers than the official Magic the Gathering YouTube channel. It's the only thing out there with more subscribers than me in the world of Magic. So, Wizards of the Coast, coming for ya. Waffles or pancakes? Waffles! Have you ever made a video where you ended up changing your opinion afterwards, or where you wish you could have gone back and redone the video? I've never made a video that I didn't want to go back and change, probably including this one. Heck, I made a mistake and dropped a coffee cup on my foot at the start of it. In fact, that's probably the best part of this video, and it was unplanned. I'm really self-critical, and I rewatch my videos multiple times. I absolutely do not consider a single video that I've ever made to be perfect. And when problems do occur, I really beat myself up over them. Yeah, I know there were 3 audio issues with last Saturday's video, and I tore myself to pieces over those mistakes, even though it was 3, and relatively speaking, they were very minor. But I am a perfectionist, and that's what keeps me going forward. Maybe one of these days I will make a video that I'm happy with. The one I'm most looking forward to is that one. What hair product do you use? Other than shampoo and conditioner, I don't use any hair product at all. Shampoo and conditioner, Pantene Pro V. Faulkner or Hemingway? Steinbeck. Apples or oranges? Oranges. I love citrus, but especially oranges. What is your biggest regret about your YouTube channel? Like many questions, I've been asked and answered a version of this before. I didn't give many details, but what I said then was that I am alone, and a lot of people in the comments didn't quite know what to make of that comment from me, that answer from me. But I am alone, and as much as I love being, in a sense, my own boss, although that's not true because all of you are my bosses, and it is vital that I understand what you want and need from me, even if what you want and need from me is to be myself, I work in a very isolated way. I'm working on getting my own office. Actually, fingers crossed, I have a place that is in the works and we're hopefully going to be seeing soon, thanks to your support, my bosses on Patreon. But I do regret that there's no partner or partners in this journey, that at the end of the day, while I have friends and family and the vast, vast 200,000 plus subscribers that I do, that I spend so much time just in here alone. And it is lonely. I'm always been deeply lonely in a gregarious sort of way. I'm going to be getting out more, though. I've been traveling, and thanks again to Patreon allowing me to upgrade my equipment, getting mobile editing capabilities so that I can travel to GPs. I'm going to a few extra this year, and things like that, to be able to reach out into the Magic the Gathering world. And no, I suppose at the end of the day, I am not alone because I have all of you, because I get to interact with you on Twitter and Facebook and in the YouTube comments. So, like I always say, and I hope you know how much I mean it, thank you. Thank you for making this channel. I didn't do that. You could have all subscribed to anyone else. You could have all subscribed to no one else. You voted with that subscribe button. You voted with that like button. You voted with your comments each and every video, each and every week. And yeah, some of you voted with your Patreon dollars and said, this is the content we want to see. So it's not my channel, and I don't bring it to you. You dreamed it up, you supported it, and you ensured that it continued. What's next? What do you think is next? Let's find out together. And this program was made possible thanks to a sponsorship from Card Kingdom, as well as the Patreon support of viewers such as you. So thank you.